Welcome class 6 to the second session of the chapter the cell. We are today going to learn about cell and its parts. So let's continue. All the life functions takes place in every cell. A cell itself is made of certain parts. But though animal and plant cells are exactly not alike, they may be different in some aspects. So now we are going to study parts of a cell. Almost all the cells have three main structures: the cell membrane, the cytoplasm, and the nucleus. Those cells which have nucleus in them are called as eukaryotic, while those which lack nucleus are called as prokaryotic. The mass of material inside the cell is called as protoplasm. It is the living matter. Protoplasm means the first form. It includes the cell membrane, the cytoplasm inside enclosing the nucleus. Let's first study the cell membrane. The cell membrane is also called as plasma membrane. It is a very thin skin covering the cell with tiny holes in it. The functions: it protects the cell, it provides shape to the cell, and it allows materials to move in or out of the cell through its tiny openings. Being the outermost membrane, it protects the cell, and especially in animal cell, it gives shape to the cell also. It is semi-permeable in nature, means it allows certain materials to move in, like water molecules, but most of the other molecules it blocks. Next, we have the cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like substance occupying most of the cell inner. It lies between the cell membrane and the nucleus. All the life functions, the various chemical reactions takes place in cytoplasm only. Though cytoplasm has certain other tiny structures called the organelles, as well as certain bodies, non-living bodies, cytoplasmic inclusions, they also perform various life functions. Next, we have nucleus. The nucleus is present inside the cell surrounded by the cytoplasm. It is the most prominent part of a cell and is also called as control center of the cell. Most cells have only one nucleus, but muscle cells like skeletal muscles may have more than one nucleus, and certain cells may not have any nucleus when they become mature, like the red blood cells in our body. Cells without a nucleus are called as prokaryotic. Nucleus is a spherical body. It has got four parts: the nuclear membrane, which is again having pores or holes in it, the nucleus sap inside or nucleoplasm, and a dark staining body called nucleolus. In the nucleus sap lies certain thread-like structures which at the time of cell division become very thick and are called as chromosomes. Otherwise they are called as chromatin network or chromatin matter. They play an important role in transmitting heredity from one generation to another. So the functions of nucleus are transmission of parental characters from one generation to another, and It controls all the life functions taking place inside the cell. In plants, there is an extra layer, thick layer outside the cell membrane called as cell wall. It is made up of a hard non-living matter called as cellulose, a carbohydrate. It provides rigidity and shape to plant cells. It is totally permeable in nature and can absorb almost all the materials or allows passage of them in and out of the cell. So it is found only in plant cells, the cell wall. A number of living bodies called as organelles occur inside the cytoplasm. These include mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. It is small, rod-shaped with a double membrane. The inner membrane is folded into finger-like structures. It carries out various energy-producing reactions inside it. So that is why it is called as mitochondria. And the singular is mitochondrion. Cellular respiration occurs inside mitochondria, releasing energy, which is a very important aspect of all living bodies. Second organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of membranous tube-like structures present throughout the cytoplasm, starting from the cell membrane and going towards the nucleus. They may be having certain granular structures attached to their walls, so such and are called as rough endoplasmic reticulum, and where there are no granular structures attached, that's called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It gives internal support to the cell and provides a large surface area for movement of materials in and out of the cell, especially to the nucleus. The third organelle is Golgi complex or Golgi bodies. They consist of stacks of thin flat membranes called cisternae and small rounded bodies called vesicles. They may be absent in mature red blood cells and sperms. In plants, they are called as dictyosomes. Their functions: they collect and distribute substances like proteins, lipids around the cell, help in secretion of enzymes. In plants, they help secrete the cell wall. Fourth organelle is ribosomes. They are tiny granular structures either lying freely in the cytoplasm or may be attached to endoplasmic reticulum as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Their function is to synthesize proteins during cell division or for various metabolic reactions. Next we have vacuoles. Vacuoles contain cell sap. They are big, large in plant cells. In animal cells, they are mostly absent or sometimes may be present in small size and more in number. They keep the cell rigid and provide internal support. They maintain dissolved minerals in them. They are surrounded by a membrane called as tonoplast. In amoeba, vacuoles contain food particles and are called food vacuoles. Now next we have lysosomes. They are generally absent in plant cells but are present in animal cells. They are small spherical bodies containing certain enzymes, and they have the function of digesting various cell materials, especially worn out cell organelles or certain other harmful materials which enter the cell. They hydrolyze these worn out cells and harmful materials. Hence, they are called as suicide bags, as anything which comes in contact with them is killed or decomposed. Then the next organelle is centrosome. This is only found in animal cells. It is a small structure containing two tiny granules called centrioles, located close by the nucleus. These structures help in cell division. Then in plant cells, there is another organelle, a very important structure called plastids. These are colored bodies found only in plant cells. They are of three types, as plants are the most colorful part of our living world. So the plastids are of three types. Chromoplasts are the colorful plastids. They give red, yellow and other colors to flowers and fruits. Then we have leucoplasts, the colorless plastids. They are found in those parts of the plant which store food, like the roots and old stems. They store starch, proteins, fats in them. Then the most common plastids are the chloroplasts, found in all the green plants. They are green colored plastids as they contain the pigment chlorophyll in them. The function of chloroplast is to carry out the process of photosynthesis, and by absorbing sunlight they help in the process of food manufacture by plants. Therefore, chloroplasts are often referred to as kitchen of the cell. They are found in leaves and young green stems, and even the flower sepals, which are green colored. Chloroplasts are found over there. We will continue with this chapter further. Thank you.